Hey, good evening. This is a bit of a random impromptu video because I've had an idea the past couple of months that I want to try out. So my plan for 2024 is to have an actual fully painted 2000 point Blood Angel army. Now this right in front of us is a hypothetical list that I want to try out. Uh, the idea basically being that each month, starting from next month, I'm going to do a quick update in a stream of this is where we are right now. This is what I did since last stream. And then for 2 or 3 hours, just paint something from what the list is. Do that every month. Hopefully, over time, I can get 2000 points fully painted, having a nice looking Lamenter Blood Angel army. So there's a couple of challenges. One, the active balancing of the game. Usually, this involves point changes. Some units get better, some units get worse just because they're more expensive. I can't see too much here having its points adjusted, at least not being made more expensive because this list is like bang on 2000 points, except for maybe the Combi Lieutenant from the Leviathan box. He's quite popular right now. He's not really game breaking, but he is popular. He's showing up in a lot of lists. I just like the idea of having just a Marine just ramboing around. Uh, Other than that, I can't see points wise too much changing. I think this list is fairly safe. There's no Inceptors. I know they're popular. I can see them getting more expensive because of that fact. Outside of that, other potential changes. So there's a weird quirk with the Blood Angels index. Things like Jump Pack Death Company and Jump Pack Sanguinary Guard. They have a line saying if a leader can join an assault squad, it can join this. Those of you on the up and up might know assault squads don't exist anymore. They've been replaced by jump pack intercessors, which I have 2 squads of 5 here. I'll run over the list in a moment. So that line of text actually does nothing. Characters like Dante or other jump pack characters, they can't join jump pack intercessors. They can join Vanguard veterans as jump packs because that's a unit that still exists. They've kept the same name. So rules as written, that's fine. Also, weird quasi paradox. Jump pack captains cannot join either of the two Blood Angel specific units because he can't join assault squads. They don't exist anymore, at least not outside of Legends. So if that, and it is a change that I do want, if that does change, there's a chance, say, the Vanguard veterans might become Death Company Marines. Maybe Sanguinary. I'm not sure. It could also be the case of maybe Dante, who I painted up in my last stream back in September, might come and join in on this list. That level of flexibility that we should have really had will potentially change this list outside of just points, just having the options to put characters where I actually really want them. In addition, other changes, this list might just not be that good. I don't know. This one's a hypothetical. I've not actually had a chance to play it yet. I've played a similar version. That didn't work too well. That was partially down to the Storm Raven, which is now a Land Raider. Also, yes, this is the Horus Heresy Spartan Land Raider. I'm just running it as a Land Raider because I hate the old kit. So let's run through the list, just bit by bit. So currently, we've got 2 Space Marine Captains, 1 for Jump Pack, Sanguinary Priest. Back here, we've seen the Leviathan Combi Lieutenant. There's also a normal, regular Phobos Lieutenant. He's going to be joining this group of 5 Incursors. Their whole job is going to be point at a thing, +1 to hit. Vanguard Veterans, they're Jump Pack Marines that this guy can join that aren't just regular, just intercessors. So his bonuses are actually going to be on a better unit. Again, first on the chopping block if I get access to, say, Death Company. A unit of 6 Blade Guard veterans. One of them is unpainted because this unit did used to be a 5 back in ninth edition. They would all just hang out in an impulsor with a character. Now, the way units are built, that's changed. I'm not paying double the unit cost for 2 guys, even if it means I'm often likely going in the Land Raider. There's a Brutalis Dreadnought, as you can see in the sort of blurrily in the back. It's sort of part of the suite of anti-vehicle we've got at the back, actually, which would include Storm Speed of Understrike, +1 to wound on anything that shoots that same monster or vehicle it just shot at afterwards, which I'm hoping to work quite nicely with the Centurion Devastators, because +1 to hit from the Incursors, +1 to wound from the Thunderstrike, potentially being zipped about by the Librarian Dreadnought back here. Combine all of that with twin-linked las cannons and the missiles. Hopefully that's going to hurt something. And then as a core of battle line, we've got 2 squads of 5 assault intercessors. I did originally try it out as a single blob of 10. It was a bit unwieldy. 2 squads of 5, I think, are going to be a bit more than enough for this. Apologies there. And then finally, 2 squads of 5 jump pack intercessors with plasma pistols on the sergeant and the extra guy that can wield one. That's the list currently. Could change, might change, probably will. Something's going to change over the course of a year between balance updates, rules updates, potentially even like it's Games Workshop. You could just wake up one day and they're announcing a new Space Marine unit just it's because they felt like releasing it. I wouldn't mind Primaris Vanguard veterans. They look really out of place in this list currently. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't be until the index. We don't know when the Blood Angels index is coming out. We don't know the entire release schedule for 2024. We could get Primaris Death Company. I would really like that. Primaris Death Company or Primaris Sanguinary Guard would look really neat. This is just me wish listing at the moment. But with that, yeah, there's some potential challenges. Other potential challenges are, of course, the big asterisks on these sort of projects. That is life. Stuff just happens. Work, personal stuff. That your spare time just goes for a little while. I might not be incredibly consistent with these streams, doing it at the beginning of the month, but I wanna. I'm giving myself that goal. I'm not going to punish myself if I don't, though. These things happen. I plan on moving at some point. Um, any other potential challenges? Uh, Honestly, I try to paint every week. I'm not the most consistent at it. Not in terms of whether or not I do paint, just in terms of how much. Especially this time of the year, always the extreme temperatures, like the hottest bits of summer and the coldest bits of winter, I paint less. Just because I'm less comfortable. There's other challenges that involve temperature, even here in the UK, that can affect your ability to paint. And sometimes stuff just doesn't get done. Yeah. So, just as a little dose of reality, that's my plan. Like I say, list could change, be it from usability, updates, points changes. Hoping to do a 2 to 3 hour stream once a month, just showing where we are and getting a little progress done and chatting. And outside of that, I might just occasionally pop up with just like, I felt like streaming and painting this random thing. That's another thing that might cause delays. I'm not painting Space Marines and just Space Marines for an entire year. I've got other stuff that I like to paint. As much as half of this list is kind of half painted, there's only so much yellow you can look at before you want to look at something else. I've got a painting contest in August that I want to enter a couple of things for. That might interfere with this because, well, I could enter one of the things I paint for this in that. I have something that's already partially started that I definitely do want to enter. That is not one of my Lamenters. It's still a Blood Angel, ironically. I might show that off in a stream as well. And then, yeah, like I say, there's just other stuff I would want to paint. We've just had a whole bunch of new Necrons in AdMac. Well, we've had a new AdMech, but I love the long leggy sniper. I like AdMech's weirdness. I love most of the new models we've got on the Necrons, even if like well, they're all characters. They just look neat. I've never actually wanted to field him attack before, but his model looks sweet. Or a can I love. I have a Trizine. I love the Infinite and Divine like any other person that has looked at that book. But I think that is everything. We've just hit the 10-minute mark. I've got everything out of my brain. Anything else is just rambling. So, hopefully, we get through this month. We get through New Year's. That should hopefully then be cause for a stream. Wouldn't be any progress on this by then. That will be the absolute start of the challenge. I've got. I've just finished off some iron here for my Votan, and I'm kind of looking at Farsight. I've had him since summer. I kind of want to paint him. So yeah, come January, don't know what date just yet. Hoping to do the first stream for this project, and hopefully by this time next year, we will be almost done with this project. I think come towards the end of next December, if I have managed to actually do it, I will do a video saying like, this is how much I actually did. If I didn't do it fully, and just sort of like, I don't know, just as like a little pat on the back, like, hey, I did it, or hey, I almost did it. I'm not. There's no risk in this. This is just me trying to give myself a little bit of discipline and getting stuff done. But yeah, I think that is everything. So hopefully, beginning of next month, I'll see people then, and we will get a start on this. Ta for now.